Hey, it's makeup artist James Vincent here at Metropolitan Pavilion, home of the makeup show in the Chelsea area of New York City. And I'm really excited today because I want to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects, which is foundation. When it comes to complexion, there are two schools of thought. One is that you're preparing a canvas, which means one even layer of foundation from hairline to jawline. The other way of working is that you're matching the skin so exactly that you're looking at all of the different tonalities in the skin, but bringing coverage only where you need it. The job of the makeup artist is to design, apply, and maintain a makeup. And for me, when it comes to successful complexion or foundation matching, I need to ask myself some questions. For me, it starts with coverage. Do I need something sheer, something light, something medium, or something full? To make this decision, I've got to look at my client and the job at hand. Which complexion coverage really fits the needs of this job? Sheer coverage is one of my favorite ways to go, but the lighter we go with coverage, the more work we need to do. Fuller coverage is very popular right now in this age of Instagram and reality TV, but full coverage does not mean heavy. Full coverage is about opacity. How much light are we allowing to pass through, and how much skin are we seeing through our foundation? As a makeup artist, once I determine my coverage, then I've got to think about texture. Do I want something that's more matte or more dewy? Matte foundations might show more texture of the skin, and dewier foundations can be more forgiving, but traditionally matte textures tend to be longer lasting. What I'm going to show you today is one of my favorite coverages, which is sheer to lighter coverage. When you're working in a lighter coverage with complexion, you've got to look at things like discoloration and distraction, and I probably will have to go in and do some color correction and concealing. Unlike fuller coverage, this will look more like skin, but I've got to work a little harder and think like a pro to perfect it. What I'm going to show you today is how to achieve one of my favorite coverages, which is a sheer to light coverage, and I'm going to use some product from Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder will be joining me for the first time at the Makeup Show Dallas, and they're really reaching out to the pro community to show them why this brand has such a legacy. For foundation today, I'm going to use Estee Lauder's Double Wear Nude. This new stick foundation will last 8 hours and is a great way for a pro to bring on foundation that will even out tone and give you a light coverage. I'm going to work with a few different shades to sculpt the face and contour in my foundation stage. Next, I'm using Estee Lauder's Double Wear Nude to even out the tone and to contour the face and give me some shape. A lighter color is going to open something up, bring something out, or make something look larger. So I'll use that on the higher areas of the face where I want a little lift. Next, I'll use a shade that's 1 or 2 steps darker than the complexion. A darker color is going to recess something or make something look deeper or smaller. So I'm going in with something slightly deeper to give me a little bit of definition and dimension. After foundation, if I still have anything distracting or discoloration coming through, I can go in with a concealer. And I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. It's a long wear stay-in-place concealer that I can use in those areas that imperfection kind of drives me crazy, like around the nose or under the eye or anywhere I see a blemish coming through. First step, I'm using Estee Lauder's Perfectionist. This is a brightening serum and concealer that I'm using to color correct. So I'm using a deep shade with a bit of an orange tone to color correct under the eye and cut that blue. Next, I'm using Estee Lauder's Double Wear Concealer in a deeper shade, and I'm going to apply that with a very soft brush. The firmer and denser a brush is, the more color it deposits. So I'm using a very soft shadow brush under the eye just to give me that added lift. This concealer is designed to last 8 hours, so it won't settle into creases or fine lines. I also love to use blush and bronzer in this stage. Sometimes I'll even use blush and bronzer before foundation, so that heat and flush look like it's coming through the skin. And I'm using Estee Lauder's Bronze Goddess in Deep. I'm going to use the bronzer before I even go in and powder off shine, because I want this bronzer to look like sun has set the face. When you're working with a deeper, darker skin, you really want to make sure you're only applying where sun would hit the face. So I'm working on this very gorgeous cheekbone, the forehead, and down the center of the nose, just to give a very natural lift. I also would go on to any exposed skin. Making the right decisions, choosing the right product, and knowing how to apply them are the perfect way to ensure a beautiful complexion. Estee Lauder joins us for the first time at the Makeup Show Dallas, where they will be launching their new Pro program. For more information on the Makeup Show or to sign up for that program, meet me at the Makeup Show Dallas and log on to www.themakeupshow.com for all of the information you need for the biggest pro makeup show in the industry.